Alright, today I want to discuss, a day in my life, right? May 11th, 2023. So this was pretty recently, as of recording this, about 2 weeks ago. And we're out on Rocket League, for no reason in particular, but just to have some background footage so you don't get bored of me just talking. But, so May 11th, right? The first thing you need to know is that I had two exams on this day at 9 a.m., right? 9 a.m., two exams. And pretty easy exams. There weren't any really rough things that you need to study a ton for, but they did require some preparation. And here's where the first issue comes in. All right, so I forgot that I had these exams until the day before. My mom was like, "Hey, don't you have exams tomorrow?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I think I do." And yeah, so that was already a bit messy, but I did, figure out what to do quickly, and it was really easy. It wasn't like any tough exam, as I already said. One of them was a presentation, which, cooking up a presentation in one day is pretty hard. But we had a presentation the last year as well, the year prior, and we could just reuse the same topic, and it's literally the same PowerPoint as last year. So I just had to refresh my memory a bit on the topic, and then it was all fine. I didn't really need to do anything much of that. And the other one was like a job application sort of thing, where we would have to practice having a job interview, pretty much. So one exam for speaking, the presentation I think, and one for conversations, so the job application one. Now we did a little preparation, me and my mom together. We prepared a little bit for the exam. We did this on Wednesday afternoon, and then I was supposed to practice a little bit, but I didn't. So it was just done, and I was gonna just do whatever in the morning and see how it would go. So anyways, the night itself, right? The night of May 11th. So May 11th was the Thursday. So the Wednesday night, I was just grinding, staying up as usual. But this time I was staying up a bit later than usual. Okay, I went all the way up to fucking 5:30 a.m. I'm not sure exactly what I was doing this whole time, but I think I was editing a pretty long video. It was 27 minutes long. In the end, the Dirty Room Chapter 2, which is a game that I've been playing. I still need to do Chapter 3, which will probably come soon. So, if you really like that game, stay tuned for that. But yeah, I was probably editing that all night then. And it was done at about 5:30 a.m. So that's when I went to sleep. And I had the exams at 9 a.m. So I don't really live that far away from school. There's some people I know that if they start a class at 9 a.m. they would have to leave home at 7:30 or something. So they'd have to get up at 7 and go with bus and trains, all that shit. But I don't really have that. I live pretty close to my college, so I usually get up about an hour before I have to go. So if I had a class at 9 a.m. I'd get up at 8, and just slowly get my routine going, waking up and then getting ready, and then traveling to school, which takes about 20 minutes for me if I'm fast on my bike. So anyways, this did not go well, alright? I did not wake up at 8. I woke up at 8:30, which is usually about the time where I leave, right? I try to leave at around 30 minutes before my lesson starts. Usually that goes up to 25 minutes. I'm always pretty late on that sort of stuff, but yeah, I wake up at the time that I was supposed to leave at. So, and the reason I woke up is because of my dad. We have home pods in our home. I slept through my alarm, and my mom didn't know I had an exam at 9 a.m. She knew I had an exam, but she didn't know what time. So, my mom wasn't waking me up, and my alarm wasn't either. I suppose I slept through it. I'm not 100% sure. But then my dad came in clutch, and he used our home pods, which I have in my room. I have one of each room has one or even two, and he was like, "Yo, don't you have an exam?" And somehow the HomePod woke me up, not my own alarm, but the HomePod did. So I woke up and it was 8:30, and I was like, "Oh, okay, well then." So I rolled out of bed, and within 12 minutes I was on my bike. So I skipped breakfast as well. I didn't. My mom woke up as well, and she packed me some lunch, so that was great. But I didn't eat any breakfast, and I was biking like my fucking life depended on it. And I actually managed to be on time. Sort of. I arrived at 9 a.m., but I was at the wrong classroom, right? So I had to move, across the building a little bit, and I eventually was there at 3 minutes past 9, which was fine. You know, it's not that strict. My school is very not strict at all when it comes to times like that. So anyways, I knocked out that exam, both of the exams, pretty nicely. And you know, you gotta remember, I was on very low sleep, right? I mean, 5:30 to 8:30, that's 3 hours. So I was supposed to get like 2. But yeah, that didn't happen, of course. And also, I said that I wake up at around 8 a.m. whenever I have a class at 9. That's not true. I actually wake up at like 7:30 then. Like, I usually try to get like wake up an hour before I leave, right? Not when the class starts. So, you know, I was supposed to wake up at around 7:30 and, you know, then just do my chill routine and all the stuff. But yeah, I did not do that. And instead, I woke up at 8:30 and I had to rush very hard. And yeah. That was probably one of the wildest mornings of my life. I don't know which morning could ever surpass that. But, you know, I don't have a list of all the mornings that I've ever been through, so I don't really know any off the top of my head. But, I mean, May 11th was certainly a wild day, right? A day for the books. Now, I was fucking starving, right? Seriously, my mom packed me 4 pieces of bread. You know, it's kind of a weird meal. For people that don't live in the Netherlands, I suppose, but here I always eat bread. You know, it's like a slice of bread, and not just plain, like with butter or peanut butter and, you know, some other stuff on it. But you know, a lot of people in other countries, they don't really eat bread at all. But I do. I eat like 4 to 6 slices a day. This is regular for me for breakfast and lunch. So, you know, I just had my bread, my daily bread, and I ate everything after the exam. I still had a long day of classes, but I just ate everything instantly after I was done. Like, goddamn, I was hungry. I was really nauseous as well because, you know, I was biking really hard without even having anything to eat. So it was not a great feeling. And even after those fucking 4 slices of bread, I still felt very hungry. Like, that shit didn't help at all. So anyways, I was fucking dying the rest of the day. And yeah, it was a wild experience. But anyways, that's about it for this video. Just a quick story time. For some reason, y'all really like story times. Like, whenever I did the badminton one, actually, they get pretty good retention, and, you know, I guess people like hearing me talk about my life and random topics. So, if you want to hear me talk more, then I suggest you check out the podcast, bro. I actually started a podcast quite a while back. It's on, if you go to my channel, it's on, like, there's, like, a special tab for podcasts, like, next to the playlist one, I think. So you can check it out there. There's currently only 1 episode out, but next week, Saturday, alright, this is coming out on Sunday, and the week after that, you know, the first Saturday of June, alright? Every first Saturday of the month, a new podcast episode, and this time it will be with Doom C as well. It's gonna be collabing on a podcast episode. So yeah, if you really want to hear me talk more about stuff, then I should just check that out. It's also Spotify, if that's your preferred, you know, podcast listening application, I suppose. YouTube and Spotify is all that I have right now. Maybe in the future I'll hop on more stuff, like iTunes or whatever, but that's about it for this story. Hope you enjoyed, and you know, hopefully I will never have to go through something like this again, because it was absolutely wild. And imagine if my dad didn't wake me up, bro. That would have actually been trouble. That would have been very much trouble. And this dude, he was at work, just randomly, it was like, hey, I think someone has an exam, and he was just like using the HomePod all the way from work to say like, yo, wake up. And yeah, shout out to my dad for that. But yeah, I gotta go now. I gotta stream soon. Twitch.tv//mmr. First link in the description, I think, and also in the pinned comment. Pretty sure I'm live as well whenever this video is out, but only for like 30 more minutes. Anyways, hope you enjoyed, and see ya.